Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have Castanea henryi, a chestnut species from China, which I found, coincidentally, in a Chinese supermarket in Germany. Well, Castanea henryi, when you look at them, you immediately notice they are different from the normal European or Chinese or North American chestnuts. The seeds are round. This is because there is usually just one seed per fruit. Well, one pollinated seed. I guess there will be a couple unpollinated ones around them which are just present as flattened husks. Sometimes there are two. Look, this one looks shape-wise like the chestnuts we are used to because there were two in one fruit. But over 90%, here I have some more, are round. So there is only one per fruit. There are a couple chestnut species which do this. I guess usually the ones with smaller fruits on average. Well, Castanea henryi is native to China, southern and western China, but it's also being cultivated quite a lot in eastern China. And seems to be more or less popular there. I mean, they have their own Chinese chestnut, which is the most cultivated chestnut in the world. But this one also seems to be popular enough to be cultivated and even exported to Germany. So, yeah, they grow it as a nut tree. They also use it in afforestation projects. The difference is, when you have afforestation projects, usually you plant the trees closer together so that you get better quality, straight, tall timber. If you plant a good variety, you can still enjoy the chestnuts. And also from a chestnut fruit plantation, you can collect the timber. So those are the two main uses for chestnuts, basically. The chestnuts and the timber. It seems like this thing is fairly resistant to chestnut blight, which is no surprise. It comes from China. Chestnut blight also comes from China. They co-evolved. So unlike the American and the European chestnut species, this doesn't have big trouble with it. It's fairly self-sterile. This also seems to be like other chestnuts. I remember one European chestnut growing in the city of Marburg with no other chestnuts for dozens, or at least for a couple kilometers around, and it had almost no viable seeds. Seems to be the same with this. However, when it grows together with some other chestnut species, it seems all chestnuts hybridize quite freely. They are still quite closely related and can hybridize nicely. Yeah, not much more I can say about this thing, just about my nuts here. It's spring, so a lot of them were not good. I had to throw away a lot of them. They've been in cold storage all winter. Also took me so long to prepare the video that they are all cold. So I did the standard stuff you usually do with chestnuts. I boiled some in water and I roasted some. Here are two roasted ones. Those are the boiled ones. And this is a raw one, which I want to try first. Yeah, chestnuts are totally edible and tasty, even when raw, but few people eat them like this. Yeah, tastes like a chestnut. Nice and juicy. Pretty obvious it's been in cold storage, where there was no lack of moisture. Now the roasted ones. I don't know if this is a rotten part. I think I did not roast them long enough. But yeah. Tastes like a roasted chestnut, which hasn't been roasted long enough and then has been allowed to cool. We are supposed to eat them hot. Let's try the other one. Even more undercooked, which is not a problem because, as I said, you can eat them raw. They're just pretty hard when half cooked. Not bad. I guess this was another roasted one. Here I have the boiled ones. They fell apart inside the shells, so I had to extract the pieces. Also, why doesn't my phone want to focus on this one? Tastes like a boiled chestnut. Of course, there are countless recipes with chestnuts. You can make a flour from the chestnuts, and with this you can make all kinds of cake and breads and puddings and ice creams and whatever. I like to put dried chestnuts in soup. This was a great recipe. Here's another half of a half roasted chestnut. Yeah, they taste like chestnuts. I cannot taste any difference to European or Asian chestnuts. Good stuff. If you find them, buy them. Don't be surprised that the shape and the size is different from what we usually expect. Just a different chestnut species. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos. Yeah, a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich ethnic shops in Germany. And if you want to see more such content, it's not enough to subscribe to my channel because YouTube kinda stopped recommending my videos. But you should press the little bell icon to be notified of new uploads.